the Fortean digital shaman, the Lord of O.R.D. Anyways, this is some observations from my backyard from yesterday, October 17th, starting around 8:06 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're just looking at these, what we call orbs. Some people call them beings of light, whatever they are, and their behavior. And the reason why I'm going to continue to film my backyard is it's easy. I think all of us should do the same thing in our regional or local area, our backyards or our location, to see different changes, right? Behavior, observable changes in possible behavior. Anyways, so these round dots are showing up. It is a cloudy day, but it's not raining. It's partial cloudy all day. And so these are not stars, and they're not water droplets. And they're faint. So we can see these round balls showing up. And let's see what the next one goes, like this. And we start to see something bright right here. There's a round ball. It's very dim. Not much energy or being emitted. Some more round balls. And this is filmed about every 10 seconds or so. One ball starts to get bright right here. So you can see these. It's very faint. It wasn't a very spectacular night. There's the two. There's two faint ones right here. I have one bright one. The next one, the two have shifted over here. Two bright ones, just like almost like the coupling up. It could be an illusion like every other goddamn fucking thing in this place. But you know what? What's going on here? Are these like mimicking eyes? Next thing, they're not bright. There's a dim one here, and that's right there. So there's two right here. There's like 3, 2. That's not emitted from any back light in the backyard. Next, and there's 1, 2 faint right there. There's a faint one right there. Not much going on here. Seem to move on. There's a faint one in the distance. It's bright. Not much going on. Everything's very dim. Dim one's right there. Not much going on. Then there's a bright one right here. What's interesting about this one is the shape of it. Are these like plasmic in nature and they can distort and change? Are these the same things that end up consolidating together to make it look like an apparition or a spaceship or a plane or whatever? But there it is, and this now is oval in nature. It's very energetic. So there's something going on here. There's a blue one right there. This is blue now. These are all, like I said, within 10 seconds apart of each other. And sometimes a little sooner, sometimes a little later, but it's in there. There's the bright one back. Right there and right there. These are not planes. It is a cloudy day, cloudy night. dim. Ah, 2 again. 2 again. That's not 1 right there. Or it could be 1, but it's affected by the light in the back. It's much brighter here in the back. My very old place that I live. It's an ugly place, but it's the daddy place. So my son's mother, she's got the house, the cottage, and custody of my son, even though I have him most of the time. Another bright one right there. These ones in the back seem to be much more brighter. Another distant one here. These are not planes when it's a cloudy day. It's hard to see things in the distance when it's cloudy, overcast day. And the leaves starting to change. Isn't that interesting? It's interesting what the leaves do with the flash at night. Or are these leaves? Yeah, they're just leaves. It's interesting. And then there's an orb right there. It's not very interesting looking. That's sensational. There's a lot of movement. There's another really bright one that flashed right there. I know it's not like people want. I know people want more than what I'm giving them, but I think this is an important aspect of the research. That one's very bright. I notice when I take the flash, it almost like it seems like there's multiple things reflecting, but they don't show up. So one right there, right there. Not much there. Then all of a sudden we turn around and then very bright. These ones are bright. Some shooting around. I don't believe that's the raindrops because it was raining. So then what are these things? What's interesting about these things is they're in movement and they have something very metallic or energetic. All right, in nature. This one's too. Once again, 2 of them, almost the same size again. This is coming from the light. Yeah. Next. Interesting thing about this is they're moving down this way from this corner, going down. Then there's one shooting this way. Next one, any movement at all? Let's see what's going on. Seem to now be shooting out in a different direction. Nothing. Has some darker faint ones. Shut back to. This is all. I'm standing all in basically the same location. I'm moving basically about 20 feet max from my back door to my car and back. And I know it's kind of boring, but it's part of the process of this research. Staying in the same location and filming and see what's going on. I think if we all did this and similarly did something like this, or if enough of us did it, I think we can start gathering a little more data about what this behavior of these things called orbs. Not much going on. There's a big one right there. You can see this over this guy's house. And why don't I ever get ones that are like really big on my cameras and other things? Like they keep their distance or something. I do believe something's paying attention to us. Something's paying attention to our thoughts, or planting the thoughts, and somebody's influencing our days. I'm starting to believe there's very limited free will, if anything, called free will, and that we seem to be in this matrix and predestined to go through the shit they're supposed to go through. Like me, since birth, I have to deal with Rh negative disease, and then end up with MS and all the other struggles I've had to go through in life. And I'm not alone in this. And this shithole dumpster fire of a disappointment called life is, it's there's nothing much to learn except to learn some reincarnation soul trap matrix. Let's see. Is there something here? And right here, yeah, pretty much not much of anything, just a bright one in the distance. And then there's one right there. They're not really showing off for me. I guess I have to start doing something, some kind of rituals like everyone else has to do to really manifest. What I want to do, I don't want to manipulate this too much. Maybe I am regardless, just by simply paying attention to this stuff. Oh, there's another bright one. Nothing special though. Very, why is it that, does the overcast night have some kind of influence? There's a bright one in the corner. And they're not lining up perfectly. There just seems to be two again right there almost. But nothing special. And there we go again. We had a grouping of them a few seconds later at this angle. But they're not showing up. There's nothing brilliant. The next second, they're faint. Like they moved away. We could call it all dust, but this is a problem with this dust theory is this should be more consistent. If there's amount of dust particles in the air, it should be a little more consistent and be filming them in a way. Kind of like rain, when you film it in rain, you can tell. You start to distinguish between what is possibly an orb and that which is a raindrop. If they're distant, they're high above. I am deliberately using the lowest, not really zooming into this stuff. I'm just, my standard setting and taking pictures. Because what I'm hoping is to catch things that are much more closer. There we go again. There's one right there. Once again, almost like two, something going on. Two show up that are bright. And there's 1, 2 again. This is all in my backyard. I know this is boring. I mean, it's meant to be research, not entertainment. So let's see. Anything else going on here? Not much. Not much. You can see them in the distance. They're not showing up. They're not flashing. There's one of these more bluish ones. Like I said, bluish or a couple of bright ones right there. And there's a bright one right there. A few seconds later, a couple right there, or three, I guess. And one right there. Some right there. There is one right there. Then there's not much. So we have one that's kind of bright and all that, paired up or grouped up with this three. And then there's that. And then it's a bright one right there. And there was no planes. So. Although it would be interesting if someone is really close to an airport would do the same thing, because then we could just help us to distinguish what a plane looks like compared to orbs and other anomalies in the sky. So we go over there, then we went back to the back, and we see them very light, but it seems either they're very small, or in fact, when you look at the comparative in front of the trees, and if we go like this, it suggests that these very small ones, the small particles, if they're particles, are now there. But the thing is, they weren't there. Now they're not. They were there. Now they're not. Here they are, and now they're not. There we go again. And we have a grouping of it. Now, there's association with orbs, night phenomena, and trees. And trees are very key to our research, whether it's Sasquatch, the paranormal. What is it about trees? The orb whisperer from Australia, Paul, he said that they come out of the trees. And maybe he's probably right. Maybe, but I don't know for sure. And not much. Still not much. Not much. Not much. There's the larger one. Some smaller ones at the distance or the different size. I do believe there's some kind of plasma in nature. That's probably, but how to prove that with limited resources. Not much. Brighter one in the distance. There it is. It's a bright one. Not much there. And I think I'm just about done here. As you can tell, it's about 10-minute duration of filming, and it was done. So there wasn't too much that's all that exciting last night. Not really. That I can tell. It doesn't mean there wasn't something that was significant or important. One of the things is that the night before I filmed an apparition. So why did that happen? Do I have to do some kind of rites and rituals to make these things come about? Do I even want to do that? Not particularly. You know what I mean? Because I think a lot of this, I think the vast majority of things that are called UFOs are these things. And somehow they consolidate, they make a decision to give us a light show to certain people at certain times, or people practicing particular, once again, rituals. They claim that. A lot of people who practice different types of divination and necromancy and summoning of spirits and all that, claim that this is what they can do. They can make it look like you're seeing a UFO when you're really not. Well, it's an unidentified flying object, right? So, UAP, doesn't mean anything really. It's just a placeholder. Why were they not no colors? No colors at all. Nothing exciting at all last night. Except for right about here. There's some strange movement, and we can do see the difference in movement. And it just, once they're moving this way, then there's just one moving that way, and then they're moving down this way. Nothing. Very bright one. Very energetic, but not close. Another energetic one in front of the tree. But it's like none wants to be close to me. Why can't I get one film one that is that at least appears closer to me. All right. There's a light, bright one in the distance. Then it seems to be a bright one there still. There's a bright one there now. There's a bright one right there. And they're bright. And there you go, the two again. That one is probably the most significant of ones in my book because of the shape of it. I don't see any of the rest of them being that distorted. And there's another one there. So pairing up again, people talk about eye shine all the time in their Bigfoot research. How is this what the real eye shine is? Nothing. And then these two, very bright. Not much of anything, although you can see except in the distance they are bright. But they're very bright. Bright one. Two bright ones. Movement, it appears, is that the closest they're going to get. Why can't we get ones that are brighter and really close? Why can't you get ones that are like really, really close? There probably is some, but the problem is, unless someone's filming me, I don't know how close they could possibly be to me. You know what I mean? I need someone to film me while I'm filming this. So if you could work together with a person to do this, actually filming each other while you're filming the sky. And I'm not talking about the distant sky. I'm not talking about trying to film the stars or the moon. I'm talking about what's around us. The atmosphere, the air around us. Especially if it's associated with and without trees. And what's going on here? What is going on here? So this is for the report of October the 17th, 2023, in my backyard in Northwest Ohio, on the border of Michigan.